2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Big Yarn episode 7.
Just had to check there.
I just had to check what I post on the live stream. So, what we're doing at the moment is we're all at Nick's house, sat like next to each other, and we're live streaming it on Facebook, and I can see myself twice. This is really weird. So, in future weeks, if you see the live stream, click on it, because you can see us being absolute idiots.
In the future, we'll post on Twitter when we're going to do another live stream.
That's right. So, are you drinking gin and tonic, Jen? Nick.
Jen. Yeah, my name's Jen.
Your name's Jen.
Jen.
Come on, Jose.
Come on! No, I am, yes.
You're drinking gin and tonic. Rowan, do you want to show it to the camera?
I am drinking beer, or a Reeb. Reeb.
He's drinking Reeb. We're going to call it Reeb for the purposes of branding and copyright. It's called Reeb.
No, it's just because it showed reverse on the camera.
Yeah. I've got some Garage Project. It's a VPA and it's 7.5%.
I'm drinking out of a jam jar.
That's brilliant.
It was classy.
Also got some fettuccine.
Why you got pasta down there?
It's my pasta stash. You never know when you need some, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like, for people listening, there's actually just a stash of pasta.
There's a stash of pasta. There's some tortillas down there as well.
Tortillas and some jelly.
It's in case you get hungry in the middle of the night. It's just we're sat on his bed. If you're not watching the video, we're sat on his bed, and there's just like a food stash by our feet. Oh, it's pretty fantastic. So we got some stories this week. How are we gonna?
Do we? Well, I know Joe's got a story.
I've definitely got a story.
Should we say that for a bit later?
Should we see? Have you got anything to? What did you do this week?
What did I do this week?
I'm curious.
I've been at uni, but other than that, I've been working a little bit, and I haven't met many crazy people this week.
Good job, I have.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a cracker of a story.
Was it in Wellington?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was in KFC. We'll get into it a little bit later, but
of course it was in KFC.
It was absolutely amazing. So just your uni. I know. I built a new computer this week.
Yeah.
Man, it was quite the event. I mean, nothing actually happened that was bad, but it's quite the event when you build a new PC. I mean, put new parts in, and then normally what happens to me is I build a PC, put all the parts in, and then it just doesn't go. And I spend like 3 hours trying to work out why it's not starting. So we built the test bench, put it on the side. You know how you build the computer, put it on the side, and then test it. It booted up straight away, worked like a treat. Put it all in, and it works fine. No blue screening.
Hell yeah.
Hey. Got the little children emote that goes.
It was when you kill a grunt and
when you
or you shoot a headshot on a grunt.
You headshot a grunt in Halo. It's called Grunt's birthday party.
Yeah, it's on the skulls.
Yeah. So Rowan.
What? Actually, after finally getting that job that we were talking about last week, what I had done, this was quite the event.
Here we go.
So I was working there, just chill. There's not very many hours, but they were actually useless. There was never anything in stock that we needed. We didn't have regular Coke for about 2 weeks. Then I went in the other day, and they got rid of the ice machine at a bar. They're like, oh yeah, we don't use the ice machine that much, but we still use it a bit. Now we don't have any ice at a bar.
You were saying that they had ice in a bucket that was in the fridge.
The only ice that we had was melting in a fridge. So I decided to leave them after they finally paid me after 3 weeks. So. Oh
god. How much did you get paid?
300.
300
for 24 hours.
That's
I think it was 17% tax or whatever.
17. Is that a normal tax rate?
Yeah, it's one of the higher ones.
Yeah, that's way higher.
That you shouldn't be on a 7 if you're.
I don't know. Mum looked.
No, you can probably get a meaty tax return.
If I get another job. Yeah.
I mean, if you're on a 70% tax, that's not 17%.
I don't know.
That's close to 20%.
That's pretty huge.
So if you got $100, and let's just say for argument's sake, it's 20%.
Mm.
It
It's not that much more.
It would be no, because it was
It's like a couple dollars more.
20% of $100.
$100.
Yeah,
It's a fair bit. That's like
just-
$20.
Tell us about Mr. K Fry.
Mr. K Fry.
What do we call?
Well, what are we calling him? We call it either fuck off or I'm moldy. that's
We'll
the
just call him Moldy Fella.
moldy guy. But we just call him I'm moldy. Like
Yeah.
So as we do each week, Rowan and I, and sometimes Nick and James like to go to KFC. Too often, to be honest, and we eat far too much food. But that's not the point. So
When are we going this week?
when are we going this week? Find out next week on AMC's The Big Yarn. Okay, so how do I say that? We sort of like sat down, we ordered our food, we got our food, we started eating, and I see this questionably dodgy looking fella outside. I don't know if you guys saw him, but I saw him stumbling over. He had 2 Cody's cans.
Oh,
You know,
God.
like the
Oh, I
7%
didn't see
Cody's.
that.
No, I saw him walking past. He was walking past my car. That's why I was looking at him. And he was looking at it, and he had these Cody's cans in his hand. Then he sat down outside the KFC, like by the bushes, by the entrance.
Yeah.
He was there for about 5 minutes, and then he walks in after this actual moldy fella comes in. This guy's white. He was wearing a beanie, and he looked like a crack addict.
God damn.
So he comes into the counter, and then starts talking to this fella. Like, this poor fella, just random bystander. He's like, I'm moldy. Like, he kept saying that to him. He's like, I'm moldy. What's your fucker papa, bro? What's your fucker papa? And this other guy was like trying to say, oh, I'm from here or whatever. And then he was like, fuck off. You're not moldy. Fuck off. And
That's the guy that he was talking to. Obviously, look moldy.
yeah, he was properly like moldy. Like, he was. And then fucking, he's like saying, I'm moldy. And it was the most. It looked like he was about to like. How do I word this?
I think he just looked crazy.
He just looked crazy.
Right.
He was in his face. Like, I'm moldy. Fuck off. He just kept saying fuck off as well.
Yeah.
It was just like stabs. He's like, fuck off. And this guy looked like he was about to punch him. And then
You're enough.
the guy behind the counter, he's like, oh, I'm fucking Captain Autism who works at KFC. It's a different story anyway. He's like, here's your meal. He's like, fuck off.
We've probably talked about him before.
Have we talked about Captain Autism?
We must have.
I don't think so.
No. Well,
We don't need to talk
he's
about
just got
him.
no
He's-
eyebrows. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
And
non-existent.
he's got no eyebrows and he always looks surprised. What's more to say about that? He's just like, here's your meal! For fuck's sake. So, yeah, I don't know what the end event of this guy was, but he was definitely crazy and he kept saying, I'm moldy, followed by fuck off when the other person tried to speak. Which It
It was just bizarre.
was the most bizarre thing I've ever
Like, you'd think,
experienced.
like, with all these stories of crazy people, you'd think would be used to it. There's no getting used to them.
It's because it's a new thing each time.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It kind of takes you by surprise when you're like,
It's like, oh shit, that guy is batshit insane. He is literally crazy.
you look at them and you reflect on yourself. You're like, at least I'm not him.
It's like, yeah, I do shit in my life,
See,
but
like,
I'm not that
that's a
guy.
good idea.
I'm not picking cigarette butts off the road and smoking them.
Next time my parents come up and they're just like, oh, you've quit your job, what are you doing? I'll just take them to around Wellington.
Like,
Get on the number
look at
one
that
bus.
guy.
Welcome.
Welcome to the number one bus tour. We should offer like some number one bus tours.
And on your left, he is Crazy Jill.
Crazy John picking up cigarette butts outside the KFC. And here you'll see Horseman neighing into the countdown on Lambton Quay.
And toothless juggling ball man.
And then his partner in crime, excuse me, man.
And
That's how they get tips.
attacking groups.
That's how they get tips.
your
He's-
main man Harambe.
The
with
Harambe,
beatbox.
like, oh no, the guy who dresses as a gorilla on Lambton Quay.
Oh yeah, and sometimes he dances.
Yeah, he triggers me a little bit. Get triggered about my boy. Oh god, I've just got a snot rocket coming out of my nose.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Considering these two are sat next to me, I could just rub it all over them.
And it would not go well.
Would not go well for me if I did that.
I was talking about outside countdown and homeless people. I was outside
You
countdown.
just have a voice crack.
No.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
Home improvement.
Oh fuck.
Fuck's sake.
Anyway, I was outside Countdown and I went to go get...
What the hell's going on out there?
Jesus.
Alright.
Background noise.
So,
I was outside Countdown and I went to go get McDonald's for breakfast. I went to go grab it and bloody... Outside Countdown, there's always this guy that's standing there and he always has some sign saying oh, give me money for this. But this time he just didn't go to any effort and literally just said on the card, homeless. I was like, I'm not going to give you money for writing homeless on the card. I can see that.
At least have a full stop.
It was just homeless.
Was it spelled right? Do they have one S? Oh wait, you do spell homeless with 2 S's, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh.
But I was just like, I'm not going to give you money because you're stating the fucking obvious.
Oh my god.
Might have not been that obvious.
I mean, there's lots of background noise going on. They're just yelling and there's a crazy house going on here.
It's a crack house.
Yeah. Crack house, yeah. Just,
we live in a crack
just
house.
smoking.
Nick does.
Yeah, well, we're all living together next year, so that's going to be the crazy crack house. And we did actually I discussed this on here because it's a cool idea. We had the idea that we would put all our desks in sort of like
a circle.
If you've got this desk and me and Rome both have square desks, we can have one either side like that. Because Nick's desk is sort of like a corner desk, and if we get straight desks, we can put it on either side, and then we can all look at each other. And that will.
All you hear in this room is just like that. I should have done that.
No, I think we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
I had another good idea for
I think I just highlighted all of it.
And Nick hasn't heard this, but Joe and James were there. It was we're thinking of buying kegs of Garage Project, but I was thinking we could modify a fridge so we could put the keg inside, and then the tap is directly on the front of the fridge.
You know those fridges where you put the cups in, it's got the ice machine.
No. It's just like a proper. No, it's a proper metal tap.
Or drill it on.
Yeah, you just
that would be so cool.
That'd be amazing.
Just get Hagen.
A Hagen keg.
If we could find a Hagen.
If we can find a Hagen keg, we'll put it in the fridge, and like he said, we'll modify it and then get a tap and then bolt it to the front.
Probably be $15 for a gig Hagen.
I think it's actually $200 for a 50-litre keg
of Hagen.
Yeah, I think it's $200.
Because good beer's
Garage Project was
320,
360 or something like that for a 50-litre of the good Pilsner. Is it the Pilsner?
It was the Panaceous weed that James was talking about.
Panaceous weed. This is $360. So we could actually modify a fridge potentially.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I
haven't seen that done. It must have been done before, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah. And obviously we could have room above it for actual bottles. So you could actually put the keg on the floor and wire it.
Yeah. Take out the vegetable drawer because we're
not
going to eat vegetables.
Can kegs be laid on their side?
No, probably not. No,
actually, we'd have to take the vegetable drawer in the top and the bottom shelf out, lay it in, tap it up, and then probably just bolt the tap to the front, just so we don't have as much coolant leakage, because you run the risk of having immense power bills on top of what already our power is going to be with all our gaming.
We'll just make sure it's airtight. It'll be fine.
Airtight. We'll get some what's it called? Stuff to seal it. Oh,
expanding foam.
Spilled beer on me. Expanding foam. I don't think we should use expanding foam. That's not a good. Potentially get that in the beer.
I remember once when I was younger. I don't actually. I kind of remember it. I was very young. I must have been in the back seat of Dad's truck, and I found this thing of what was expanding glue, expanding foam, and I somehow managed to break it. And I just would have left it, ignoring it, pretending it didn't happen. And once we arrived at home and we went to get the stuff out of the boot, the whole back of the door was just covered in expanding foam. And that shit is impossible to get off.
Just going back to the kegs thing, we were going to get one for my birthday. We're thinking.
A keg?
Yeah. Now, imagine that. You could spray beer on people like in the movies.
Oh, it gets so sticky.
I don't imagine that's very pleasant, to be honest.
Just drink it. Talking about kegs and spraying. Let's talk about some drinking games.
Some drinking games. Alright.
Drinking. We could play one live.
We could play one live. We could. Yeah. Well, we have one particular one that we like. Since tonight is a night where we are getting drunk, Friday night. It's alright.
Any night.
Any night.
It's a night. That just means we're drinking.
It's an evening. It's after 5 o'clock. It's fine. It's after 12.
It's
Actually,
after
it's 12. It's fine. Anytime after 12, it is acceptable to drink. You heard it here first.
Well, I'm not in bed, so I'm drinking. So
we're on a bed drinking. Like, how tragic.
Well, technically, I'm not. I'm on it.
Well, we could be in it if you want. We'll move the microphone over there and we'll just lay side by side in the bed. I don't know what's going on in that bed, actually. I don't want to lay on it. Sorry, Nick. You know, you could have furious lengths. We wouldn't even know.
Mate.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Drinking games, that's what we were doing.
yeah.
What is your I know what your kryptonite is.
What?
In terms of drinking games. Do you remember?
Oh, funny.
Yeah, that night.
Oh, yeah.
Where you almost died.
Oh,
I
the one that I
respawned.
missed. What was actually? Yeah. What is this drinking game? What's the one that got Nick?
It was
Drunk
drunk
Jenga.
Oh,
Jenga.
drunk Jenga.
Drunk Jenga. So
Oh,
you have essentially have the Jenga tower,
Yeah,
and you have written.
things on the
rules.
blocks.
You have like drink 1, drink 2. You know, drink with your left on the blocks. So when you pull a block, you see what it does. You put it on top, and you also have pour blocks. So when you go to pour, you pour into the vessel that we have, like maybe a bowl.
Yeah.
And me and Nick decided this was the first time I'd ever bought vodka. Me and him were like, let's go. Like, I think it was halves on a bottle of vodka. Yeah, we went halves on a bottle of vodka. It was the disgustingest shit ever. And push comes to shove, we were drinking, playing Drunk Jenga, and what ended up happening is Nick lost. It had this vessel had vodka, beer, rum, all sorts. It was cider. It was disgusting.
Yeah. It was...
Nick skulls the whole thing like a champion. He's like, here we go, lads. And then we see he's just like, there's pictures of him on the floor with his head up against the wall, sort of like that. It's like, next thing we know, he's being taken back to his room, and from what I'm told, he tries to open his bedroom door with his head, and it's a swipe key access, so he's just like, douche. I find out the next morning that the ambulance actually had to be called for him because he was vomiting and almost swallowing his own vomit. He vomited all over his art. You vomited all over your artwork that was due?
Oh, yeah. No, I actually applied for an extension for that.
Because you vomited all over your artwork.
I didn't say that, though. I said I was unwell. Which I technically was.
You honestly could have handed in the vomit-covered canvases and got a good grade. Here we go.
You have to write something about it.
This is explaining the emotional triggers that people get from underage teenage drinking. Such a messy thing to say. Well, a good game to play. We like to play is The Witch.
The what?
Exactly. So we all have alcohol here now. Do you want to top up?
Yeah, hold up.
All right. We'll explain the rules while Nick goes to.
Can you grab me another beer? Just anyone.
All right. Nick's gone out to go get some more drinks. I brought my beer with me because I'm more prepared.
Well, I didn't think I'd get through one already, but
well, I mean, it's been almost 20 minutes, and
yeah,
we're gonna play The Witch.
This game's good, especially if there's new people that you're trying to explain it to it.
Yeah, it's funny when you're trying to explain the rules to new people. So.
I'm still very new to this game. Is that yours? I'm not sure if it's your beer or not.
Yeah.
So, essentially, if you're trying to explain to new people, they get really drunk because every time they mess up, they have to drink. And there's only 3 of us here, so this is going to be like probably fast games. The core of the game is you have to remember who said the last thing to you, and it goes in a big order. It gets pretty funny.
Yeah, there's like a big group of people.
Yeah, maybe like 5 or 6 people is a good time to play with.
Yeah, last time we played.
But
about that.
So every time we mess up, we take a drink. Okay, so this is how it goes. Just because this is an audio podcast, we're going to have to say first name before we tell them. And if you're listening at home, just remember the order we speak in, and then you can laugh when we fuck it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to
You can
start?
drink along. Whenever one of us fucks up, you drink as well.
You drink as well.
So you get 3 times as fuck.
Alright. Do you want me to start? Okay. Rowan, this is The Witch.
The what?
The Witch.
Ah, the witch. Nikki, this is the witch.
The what?
The what?
The Witch.
The witch.
Ah, the witch.
Carry on.
Joe, this is the witch.
The what?
The what?
The what?
The witch.
The witch.
Ah, the witch.
No,
Damn it!
See, I'm supposed to say, the witch. You're supposed to say the witch to me. And
You're supposed to carry it back to Joe.
And then we just carry
I kind of think of the game as like passing like a parcel, kind of.
It's
And
past.
it's like
It's a
unwrapping
highly
it and you
alcoholic
pass it back.
parcel.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Nick fucked up, so he starts.
Should we do,
Joe,
we'll do another
this
one.
is the witch.
The what?
The witch.
The witch. Rowan, this is the witch.
The what?
The what?
The what?
The what?
We'll do one more round and then
Alright, we'll do one more round.
then we'll talk about another drinking game.
Alright, okay.
Think of one.
You go again.
You can start. Nick can start.
Yeah, okay.
Joe, this is the witch.
The what?
The what?
You're so bad at this. Can we just get a complete round? Rowan, this is the witch.
The what?
The witch.
The witch. Nikki, this is the witch.
The what?
The what?
The witch.
The witch.
Ah, the witch. Rowan, this is the witch.
The what?
The what?
Oh, you just screwed that up.
No, you were supposed to say the what to me, and then
No, because
I asked you, Don.
no, you,
Oh, no,
you
I
go
fucked
back.
it up.
He goes the what? The what? The what? Oh, it's so confusing. You would say Nick would say the what. Rowan, this is what you'd say the what to him. He would say the what back. You'd say the wit. Oh god, that would be so complicated. That's
Yeah,
so
fuck
complicated.
that one.
Oh my god, with 3 people, it just gets like a headache.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit. A game that everyone probably knows is bloody King's Cup. What is it? Circle of Death.
Circle
There's
of
other
Death,
people,
King's
but-
Cup.
So you
4
get-
kings. And there's another
Yeah,
name
the
for it.
4 king. You get a vessel, so anything you want, and you surround it in the cards face down, and then just like you assign something to each of the cards. And
Yeah.
The king's
Is always a pour.
is always a pour, and then the last person that gets the king doesn't pour, but they have to drink the vessel, which can be very dangerous.
We had a really good King's Cup rule where it was you could only say 3 syllables per phrase. Like there are 3 words, so you could be like, "Hello, Rowan, what is up?"
Oh yeah.
Like you'd have to speak like that, and every time. And another rule was, but before every drink, you would have to squawk like a seagull, like "Bah!" and then drink.
That's a good one.
So it's just like "Bah!"
Yeah, I like the no first names is pretty good.
No,
The Snake Eyes card's pretty good. Like if someone's looking at you in the eye, to tell them to
have,
drink.
have you ever played Viking?
Viking. Is it one of the cards or is it an actual drinking game?
Viking, no, you can assign it to a card.
Oh,
So what it is the guy. So you have the 2 people to like the left and right of you will be rowing. So when you get the Viking, you start by putting your hands on your head in like horns and go no like that, and then the people who are rowing go do the same noise while rowing.
Oh yeah.
They go and then whenever the Viking looks at someone and points at them, that changes, and then the people to the left and right of him have to do it,
Oh yeah.
and everyone else is the waves.
Oh, what the?
So-
That'd be fucking confusing.
So if I'm going, "Ah," you guys are rowing,
Oh yeah.
and then I point to someone over the other side, and they're all doing the waves. They all have
He
to
changed to a Viking.
He
and
changes
then
to Viking, and
two
people to the right of them do the rowing,
And then everyone,
and everyone else is the waves.
like,
Whoosh, whoosh.
That's a fucking
And
good
as soon
card.
as you mess it up, you drink, of course.
Yeah.
It's actually like it's kind of hard to explain to people, but once you get it, it's good fun.
And it's not that hard to explain.
I mean, I just did it quite easily. And,
Yeah. That would be a fun card.
yeah, it's pretty fun.
What else is
Yeah,
good?
what else have
Like
we
Question Master is good. Like whenever you ask.
Oh
something-
yeah, and then we play the fuck you question master rule when
Yeah, that's if the Question Master asks you a question,
you say fuck you question master.
they have to drink.
Yeah.
But like if you answer their question, that you have to drink. It's pretty good.
Oh hell yeah! Have you guys seen any retarded news stories this week?
News stories? No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
I did see a funny one about the iPhone 7. I've seen so much about the iPhone 7 in terms of memes as well
Oh,
as news
yes.
stories. There's just someone has beaten us to memes. We said last week that we were gonna make iPhone 7 memes, but as soon as we'd finished the podcast, we literally found so many funny memes.
Yeah.
I think the funniest one is Nick's. Was it you that sent it? It was the iPhone like with loads of converters, and then it eventually converted to the what was it Apollo 11? No,
Oh, the space
the
shuttle.
space shuttle.
Oh, yeah,
it was just
okay.
loads of docks and converters till it hit the space shuttle. It's cracked up.
Oh, there's the one that's like Jack and Dexter, like the PS2 game, and then it's just Dexter, the PSP game, and it's like iPhone 6 and then iPhone 7.
Oh yeah, and it was there was loads of Titanic memes as well. It was like
Oh yeah.
it was iPhone 6S and iPhone 7, and it was like, you know, the scene in Titanic where Jack and what's her name is at the front where he's holding her up in front like, I'm flying, Jack, and then someone photoshopped Jack out of the image. Oh, it was great meme. And then the other one I saw that was good was all of the converters. You know, you sent me that. You the PC one.
Oh yeah, it just had like all these VGA computers.
VGAs and like optical out.
It was just it was completely pointless, like VGA to DVI to HDMI, back to VGA again, and then back to fucking just audio. It's like what?
It ended up as 2 audios.
Yeah. All these stupid, like unnecessary connectors, just back to the fucking headphone jack.
Oh man, that phone is gonna be a nightmare. And I saw something. It was like, being innovative does not mean being good. I'm like, that is Apple to a T. It's like Apple used to be this huge, like, amazing benchmark company where they would release like amazing products, and their products were good.
Mm.
And then what we have now is a fucking shitty company that's releasing things that they don't think they need a headphone jack with. What? Okay, so what is Apple most famous for initially? The iPod.
Yeah.
An MP3 player.
Mm.
And they go and release an iPhone 7, but you can't listen to your music on it without an adapter.
Yeah, it's just a bloody joke of a thing.
It's such a joke. Honestly, I said a Nokia 210 last week had a headphone jack, but actually it doesn't.
Doesn't it?
No. Rowan's going to kill himself with the ruler.
Yeah, fuck you. No.
I don't know how that cut would have
Okay.
been, but this got interrupted like Hyundai Airs. That's okay. What were we talking about? The iPhone 7.
And then at the end of that,
And how Apple...
I went on a bus stop and it went on my bus to work today, and it said, because it came out today and it was early in the morning, it said 5 hours to the iPhone 7's release, and I was just like, who fucking cares?
Like, Apple used to have queues out of their doors
Yeah.
for people to buy their products, and
Now they're gonna have queues out of the doors for adapters.
Yeah.
Actually,
So I broke my adapter.
There's that one video of the guy that he gets like the first new iPhone out of the store, and he fucking drops it during his interview. That would totally be me though. Like, how do you feel to get your new drop? Well, actually, I just reminds
someone
me
did
of
that, didn't they?
Yeah, that's the video.
Yeah, the video.
It reminds me of a good story, being like first in line kind of thing. Like when the Fallout 4 released for Wellington, I was second in line in Wellington. But the thing is, I was high off my tits, and I was just standing second in line, just chilling. Everyone else was just like the guys at the front. They look like real mega nerds. And I was just like chilling, just like really high. I was like, just give me my game. It felt like at least half an hour waiting for these doors to open, standing second in line. I was just hoping there was no like reporters coming around asking questions about this.
And you're like,
Because it was a really, really big line as well.
Did you actually go to the Fallout 4 midnight release?
Mm.
Did
I was second.
what was the midnight release you went to that didn't actually release?
I can't remember.
There was a game that you went to and they didn't actually have a midnight release.
Yeah, we were pretty excited. What was that? I actually can't remember. We ordered a game and then we went to the midnight release. And I'm pretty sure.
Or was it James?
It was James.
It was James.
It was Halo.
It was
4.
Halo 4.
Halo 4.
Halo 5?
Or Halo 5.
Halo 5.
A new one.
It was the newest one.
The
that's
newest
out.
Halo.
It came out quite a while ago.
Yeah, he pre-ordered the game and then expected to go to the midnight release, and like-minded others were also at the midnight release. And they just got there and there was like no one in the shop.
Yeah.
It was stood out there for ages wanting it, and he came home and he was really salty about it.
Yeah, because
Halo 4. It's like, oh, I think he was under the impression that there was a midnight release.
there was other people there.
Yeah, they told people there was a midnight release for the game, and then no one showed up to open the doors. It's like, what are you doing?
Got my keys. Sorry.
Just not gonna
Come
go
back
in.
tomorrow.
Just need to go in. It's, Halo's a huge game, and I don't understand why they do midnight releases. Excuse me. Excuse me. I can hear jazz music. Jazz music's good.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I think we can hear that jazz music. Probably. There's not much more to talk about, is there, this week?
We haven't actually really done anything this week.
We haven't done any preparation. We haven't really looked at any Reddit stories.
No, we just sat down and decided we would talk.
Spontaneous.
And there's just people in the background now, so we should.
And we've run out of stuff, so
We'll
leave it as a short one tonight. Have a good night. Get drunk.
Oh, Twitter. We have a Facebook now too, by the way.
Yeah.
Facebook.com/thebigyawn.
That's where you'll be able to see the
Live
podcast
stream.
live and see our ugly marks.
Twitter.com/ @ the _big_yarn.
It just looks like Joe's talking to himself.
Yeah, because I'm hiding from the
Yeah,
camera.
everyone's hiding.
Hello.
Maybe if we get like 6.9 viewers.
6.9k.
Yeah.
Million.
6.9 million.
Yeah. And then 6.9 million likes. And
Face
I'll show
reveal.
my face.
Alpaca.
Send us your death threats on Twitter.
Yeah. I
And now
love it.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Creative ways to kill ourselves.
Your drinking games.
Your drinking
Send us
games.
in your drinking
Send us
games.
your drinking games that we can play. But like, please send us decent.
Yeah, if you send us a drinking game, we'll play it live.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
No, that's it. I think we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
we're good.
We don't have anything else to say.
Bye.
And bye.